Hello everyone, my name is Peggy and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first YouTube video, so I'm a bit nervous. Um, I'm a Youth Opportunities Ambassador and also a DAD scholar currently in Germany. I'm passionate about quality education and sharing opportunities and tips to help others achieve the education that they deserve. So this video is going to be about how to write a stellar personal statement or letter of motivation, as it's called. Personally, it's what I use to apply for DAD and other scholarships, which I also got, but I chose DAD, but it still worked for other scholarships, and I want to share the tips that I use to write the personal statement. So I hope you learned something from it. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments. I'm happy to help and reply. So let's get right into the video. Okay. I'm sorry, I have my notes here and I'll just be looking. If I'm looking down, I'm not distracted. I'm just reading from the notes I have. Yeah. Personal statements. First of all, personal statement is most of the times a one-page essay about telling the fellowship or the university, depending on the opportunity you're applying for, about who you are as a person, your academic history, your work history, your interests, your hobbies, what you volunteered for, and how that ties into how you are best fit for the opportunity that you're applying for. And also, most of the times, there's a theme that runs through. So if you are, say, you are very passionate, as I said earlier, about quality education, that theme must run through your past experience, your present experience, and what you want to achieve in the future. Okay, so the first thing that you must go for is, of course, your introduction. I like to go with a personal story as a hook to draw the reader's attention in. So it can be a personal story, not only about you, but about someone you know. And normally is that instance or that experience is what sparks your interest in what it sparks your interest in what you are passionate about. So if once I said earlier, I'm going to just use this theme of quality education, so bear with me. If I have an interest in quality education, if I'm writing a personal statement, I will use a personal story to hook the reader's attention of how my aunt had a business, a shea butter business, processing business that went bust, and so my cousins no longer had the opportunity to go to school. So that made me passionate about quality education. That is a personal story. It hooks the reader's attention. This is what I faced. What did I do about it? Or you can use a research finding as a solid background. So you can say, according to World Health Organization, according to the UN, according to these research tanks or think tanks, you can use research findings as a solid base, as a reason that has sparked your interest in the so and so topic. So that's basically what the introduction is about. Of course, you mention your name, where you're from, of course, and then you begin with the hook, as I call it, which is basically the introduction. That will be the first paragraph. The second paragraph, I like to go into the academic history. So this is where you talk about your university education. That's if you're applying for a master's. You talk about your bachelor's education. If you're applying for a bachelor's, you talk about your secondary school education. So basically, whatever you did academically up to that point. It normally does not even have to be a typical academic journey. It can be informal education as well, maybe a certification you acquired somewhere or a short course you did, anything academic. This is where you put it in this paragraph. And you not only list, if you went to, say, University of Ghana, I'm a Ghanaian, you not only talk about the university you went to and the course you did, but you drop the name of some courses that you did as well. Like if you did political science, you say, oh, in my political science class, I did courses in foreign policy, political economy, and this is what I learned, and it has given me the basis to pursue so and so. Or you can even name drop your CGPA or final CGPA upon graduation, to see to just showcase, not to show off, but just to tell them what you can achieve under pressure, and then it has given you a solid base of understanding to pursue so and so course in your master's or in this fellowship opportunity. And then the third paragraph, I'll go with work experience. So this is up to this point, whichever capacity you've worked in, once again, whether informal or formal, but it's best to go for formal. Maybe an internship, a volunteer work, actual employment, put it in this paragraph. And don't just bundle everything together or list everything together, but then use the STAR approach. And if you don't know what the STAR approach is, the STAR approach is situation, task, action, and then result. So if let's say you were a program assistant in so and so company, you will begin by saying, oh, I have so and so years of experience in so and so field. I was a program assistant in so and so company. And you start with the situation. Maybe there was a situation where we had to go and give a capacity building session in so and so community. How many people were present? That was the situation. So the task, what was your actual responsibility in that role? So I was tasked with giving education or educating the participants about so and so topic. That's your task. Then your action. How did you go about this task? Did you use audio visuals? Did you use storytelling tools? Did you use group work? How did you go about this task? Then not only will you mention how many people were affected, but what did they gain from this task that you carried out? So you can say at the end, that's where the results come in are. At the end of this capacity building project, this number of people benefited from this project. Or you can say 30 women knew how to sustainable farming practices, and then they were giving so and so money to go and implement so and so. And then monitoring and evaluation, maybe some months later you went back and you found out that, oh, there was good harvest in that community because of the sustainable farming practices you taught them some months prior. So that's the result. That's how you flesh out the work experience section. So you don't just list what you did in that job position and leave it at that. You have to show the impact you made and how it's positively affected others. So that's the third paragraph. The fourth paragraph, I would go with why that university. So why after all this, all you know about me, my academic history, my work experience, and then the personal instance or the how will I say, the research finding that sparked my interest in this field, everything you know about that up to that point. The fourth paragraph will now talk about why am I choosing this university. So this is where I like to talk about QS ranking. Oh, I like this university because it's ranked so and so in the QS ranking. That's also a nice thing to add. Oh, I like this university because of it offers this particular program that is right up my alley, it's right up my interest. And that's where you talk about the university in all, like what attracts you to the university. You can say, oh, the location, where it's located, the professors that it has, the programs that it teaches, the courses that it has, even the research facilities, state-of-the-art research facilities, and so and so. This is where you just talk about the university and what attracts you to the university, basically. And then the fifth point I like to go for is now you talk about the program. So if, say, I was applying to University of Michigan. And I talked about University of Michigan. Oh, I like it because it's ranked so and so. It's situated in the USA, and it has so and so research facilities, state of the arts, so and so. That's why I like the university. Now, why do I like the program I am applying for, which let's say is MA, Masters in International Relations? Why am I applying for that program? So this is why I talk about the program. I'm applying for the program because it will give me, it will upgrade the understanding I have of diplomacy, foreign relations, political economy, and so, which I already had from my undergraduate. You see, I'm building up. You talk about, oh, it offers, particularly like this program because it's wholesome, is not wholesome, is that the word? Excuse me. But like it's a holistic, yeah, it's a holistic program that touches upon the importance so and so in international relations, and at the end of the program I believe it will give me a holistic understanding of so and so something in international relations. So you talk about not only theoretical, but you know that the program will also give you practical skills in so and so. So that's just how you talk about the program itself, why you want that program. It will give you the knowledge and tools to help you do so and so, or help you improve so and so back in your home community, wherever you come from. So that's where you talk about the skills and the knowledge that you will gain from the program and what it will give you basically. Then I like to go for, that will be the sixth paragraph. You talk about the specific course in the program. At a point, like you can combine paragraph 5. That's why this program with paragraph 6, but sometimes I like to just separate it, but it's okay to combine it. This is where you talk about the specific module you are interested in. So the general program is international relations, but I'm specifically interested in maybe module 661 because it specifically talks about diplomacy, and this is just an example I'm giving. So I'm specifically attracted to the program because it has a specific module which talks about, which is about diplomacy, and to give me the specific knowledge I need as a future diplomat for my country, or blah blah blah. So you just tell them why you are, this program is because, oh, it has this specific module I want. So it just shows them that you've gone through the course profile, you've seen actually what the course offers, and this is the specific module that is drawing you in. That's a good point to add in. It doesn't have to be a whole paragraph, honestly, just some 2 lines will suffice. And then I also like to talk about a specific lecturer that I'm interested in. So I also like this program because it has this specific lecturer. Let's say Mr. Chase or lecturer Chase. He teaches this course in so and so, and I'm interested in this lecturer because of an article of his I read, a research finding of his I read, and if I'm given the opportunity to be accepted into this program, I would like to contribute my authentic Ghanaian experience to his research findings and engage in scholastic discussions with him. So it just shows that not only do you know about the program, you know about a specific lecturer that has interested you with his research findings, and then his articles that he or she has written. You can, maybe there's no one specific lecturer that has caught your eye, maybe the university has a research facility or a think tank that they are affiliated with, and the findings that this facility is working on or is churning out has caught your interest, and hopefully you would like to work with this research facility as a research assistant to be able to contribute your experience or your knowledge with your unique African background or your unique Ghanaian background in so and so. So not only what you are gaining from the university, but what also you can give to the university is really important. So honestly, with that would be paragraph 5, 6, and 7. All of it can just be mashed together as one paragraph. That's why the program why that this specific module, or which specific module you are interested in, and which specific lecturer you are interested in. All this honestly can be tied into one paragraph. That's okay. And then the next paragraph I would go into is personal development. So now you've talked about academic, you've talked about research, you've talked about work experience. Now personally, what can you gain from this experience or from this university? This is where you talk about the location, the culture, the language, global perspectives you will gain from immersing yourself in a new culture and language, and engaging with other people from other cultures. The diverse faculty and students, school clubs you can join. Maybe the university has a chess club you want to join. Maybe it has a hiking club you want to join. Just show how you can benefit personally from the university. So not just academic progress, but how you can also develop personally. And that shows the admission committee that you have a holistic expectation from the university. Not just, you are just not going to always stuck in your books, but something you can also how will I say this? You can also benefit from the university personally. And in joining these clubs, in having such a developing such a global perspective, you can also, it also encourages you or enables you to give back to the university, because you can participate in regional competitions in these clubs, and then just stuff like that, that you will grow as a person personally. That's just what the whole paragraph will be talking about. So that's, you can talk about the location. Maybe it's a different country than yours. You want to explore the world and have new experiences, the culture, the food, the language, personal development. And then the next paragraph, I like to go in my short and long-term goals after the program. So after the program, what next? Because that just can't be your, and I want to study international relations. What's the end point? So short-term goals, mostly I keep it at 2 years, and long-term goals 5 years. So you can say, oh, after the program, I intend to go back to my country to go and work with so and so organization, or to set up my own foundation or my own organization to help so and so specific group of people in my country to achieve so and so. That's a realistic short term. You mention numbers, you mention which organization was, even if you already have the name of the organization, which group of people specifically you going to help. So you just can't say, oh, all the youth in Ghana, I want to go and help them. Maybe you can say, I want to help especially the youth in Cape Coast. That's a reasonable short-term goal. To achieve what? Oh, to achieve so and so in the next 2 years. That's a reasonable short-term goal. And then your long-term goal, you can say, oh, I want to work with the foreign affairs ministry in my home country. I want to set up a foundation. I want to, something measurable. So you mentioned numbers, something that is time bound, dates, numbers, people, organization, name drop. I want to work with this, be specific, because you have to have your, at least your plan is something planned out after the program, so they know that you have a plan to go and impact make a positive change after the program. So you're not just going to buckle up the information or the knowledge that you gain from the education and then keep it to yourself. So it's just a plan to share what you've learned during the course of your program with others. It has to be measurable, it has to be time bound, and it has to be realistic. It doesn't have to be something big. Oh, I want to set up like a peer-to-peer mentorship group in my home secondary school that will help upcoming students into going into university, to help them. Just something that is realistic, yeah. And then we conclude, and the conclusion shouldn't be like a retelling of everything you've mentioned from beginning to end. It can be just something brief of a retelling that you've talked about from beginning. But it shouldn't just be a parroting of everything you've said. So you can say that you can conclude by going back to the hook, the personal hook you used. If it's a personal story, oh, I used the personal story of my aunt's shea butter processing business being going bust. So I can go back to that hook and say, oh, I don't want any youth in my community to go through what my cousins went through. So having the opportunity to study at this university in this course, I'll have the tools, I'll have the knowledge to be able to empower youth in my home country to do so and so, or to take hold of their education. So yeah, you are going back to the hook to conclude, so that the reader is reminded of the reason why you want to be in this opportunity, you want to have this opportunity. And then you conclude with that and say, I'll be happy to getting the opportunity to study at this university is a once in a lifetime opportunity that I hope I'm short circuiting, but yeah, that's just something you conclude about saying, to tell them how meaningful this opportunity is to you, how meaningful the chance to be educated is, because education is a right for everyone, and you'll be grateful to be given this opportunity to pursue your education. So you remind the reader about your reason for even wanting to go to school in the first place, which once I said it can be a personal hook or a research finding that you came across, and then you end with telling them how important this is to you, and then you conclude. So that is it from me about how to write a stellar personal statement. I will just list this out in the comments so that you'll be able to follow it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I will answer each and every one of them. And yeah, this is it from me. I hope it's helpful, because for me, this worked for me. I used it to apply for many scholarships, and thankfully I was awarded a DAD scholarship with this structure of personal statement writing. I want my next video to be on how to write a good CV. So if that's what you want to hear or know about, you can just let me know. If there's another video you want me to touch on, just let me know. I'll make a video about it. So I hope this wasn't too long and you were able to follow along. Thank you so much, and I hope you stay for the next video when I upload it. Thank you. Bye.